Have you ever wanted a dog? Many people say that the best way to obtain a dog is through adoption. There is a process to adopting a furry friend into your family. First, a person must find a dog to adopt and prepare his or her home for the new dog. Next comes the adopting of the dog. And finally, a person must know how to properly take care of this new companion. When looking for the right dog to adopt, an individual must learn what breed suits them based on factors such as the living location of the owner, energy level of both the dog and the owner, and the amount of time the owner will be able to spend with the dog. The first place to look for a good dog is your local animal shelter. Before going to visit, be sure to check out the shelter's website to get a feel for the dogs and pick a few to make sure to meet when you visit. After finding the right dog for them, a person must prepare for this new addition. Buying the items that will be needed for the dog is a good place to start. Examples of these items are food and water dishes, a collar and a leash, and toys. The new owner needs to find a vet that is trusted and comfortable working with whatever the dog breed is. Next, the owner's house will need to be dog-proofed, which means he or she will need to remove anything that could harm the dog from the home. After the dog is found and the future owner and the house are prepared for the dog comes the actual adoption. This process starts with filling out the necessary paperwork for the shelter or the place of adoption. This paperwork can be lengthy and demanding, but it is all to ensure that the dog is sent to a loving owner in a good home. Next comes the adoption fee. This fee varies depending on the condition of the dog when it entered the facility and the amount of vet bills the pet has acquired, and any special training given to the dog, if any at all. Finally, the new owner gets to take his or her new companion home. It is best to take the dog home on a day that the new owner can be home all day with it to show the dog that this new home is safe and fun place to live. The dog may be home with the owner now, but that is not where this whole process ends. The owner still must meet the needs of the new friend in their life every day. Even if the facility where the pet was adopted recently took the dog to the vet, it is best for the new owner to take it to their own personal vet to make sure that everything is good and to introduce the vet to the dog. Dogs also need to socialize with other dogs in order to remain happy and healthy. A good way to ensure that your dog is being properly socialized is to take it to the park regularly where it can interact and play with other dogs. Lastly, remember to always be patient with this new pet because this is a new and possibly scary situation for the dog too. In conclusion, most people say that it is best to get a dog through adoption. There are many places to adopt dogs, but no matter where the adoption takes place, the process of obtaining the dog is always the same. Finding a new dog to adopt is the first step, and the hopeful owner will need to prepare his or her home for the new addition. Then the owner will need to adopt the dog, and finally, the new owner will need to know how to properly care for this dog.